Hi there, you guys. I've got my hand up here because otherwise the light is too bright. Got my hot cookie. It's my thing. You guys know. I plug it in and get it hot. Let's see. What can I say? Today is day 2 of Imunovir, week 1, 3 pills a day. And I think April 1st, I go up to 2 pills a day of the low-dose naltrexone. The first time I had done the LDN and the Imunovir, there was sheer exhaustion and fatigue, even worse than normal, which made me wonder, and then I felt like I was almost being poisoned by one of the two or both of the drugs. But I learned from last time, which was like August or something of 2011, I learned what I had to do to keep myself going, to tolerate the side effects that I get initially with the drugs, and it's hard to know now. My brain is not very clear. What I can tell you is this: on this round 2 of reloading these drugs, because I've been off of them for a year, I'm not feeling like I'm being toxically poisoned, which is how I felt last time. But the difference was I was very dehydrated when I started. I continued to be dehydrated. I then immediately got constipated, and I think all of that escalated everything to be worse. This time I was totally hydrated, and for weeks prior to getting on these 2 drugs, I was on NUN, N-U-U-N, electrolytes to get it up. I was using Benefiber. I did everything to make sure that my system was functioning well as could be to accept these drugs. And so I don't feel like I'm being poisoned, other than I had a stomach ache at first. I seem to be getting past that. I'm even drinking coffee. There was 1 or 2, 3 days where I had to stop the coffee, but other than that, I'm back to my cappuccinos. The main thing I notice is I'm still really low on the learner's energy point index scale. Saturday, I hit, I forget if it was a 7 or an 8 on his scale. And I think I was awake 15 hours from when I woke up until I went to bed. I had made it 15 hours, sitting, standing, or walking, no nap, and no horizontal position. So I was in heaven. Sorry, I'm going to change my hand because my hand is hurting being up there. And then Sunday I did like a 6 or a 7, but then Monday I did a 3, and today I'm about a 3.5. So even though I felt really good on Saturday and normal, I'm feeling pretty bad now. So I must have pushed it. The other thing is with the Imunovir and the low-dose naltrexone, I can't tell how much of this is the continued relapse or how much of it is taking the drug, so I can't differentiate yet. But my fatigue and my exhaustion is horrible. Horrible. The one thing I did notice on the low-dose naltrexone is that my morning resting heart rate has been coming down. It hit in the 60-something. And the only problem is, they say if there's a 30-point change, then your POTS is activated. And prior to starting any of the drugs, I had my POTS was pretty much activated, although once in a while there's a couple of days where it's not 30 points higher. And I saw the spread. But now that I got on the low-dose naltrexone, instead of waking up with 70-something for my heart rate, I'm waking up with 60-something, which makes sense that the low-dose naltrexone brought my heart rate down. The only problem is there were a couple of days where the spread had closed, but a lot of times my 10 minutes of being on my feet, you take your blood pressure reading 10 minutes after you've been on your feet in the morning, take it when you're laying flat, and then 10 minutes when you've been on your feet. That number is still up, which then doesn't make it even a 30-something point spread. It makes it a 40-something point spread. So the one heart rate, the resting heart rate, is totally going down, but the 10 minutes on my feet in the morning afterwards is not going down. So that's kind of weird, but I'll keep tracking it. And I started juicing this week. Well, today's Monday, so it must have been last week I started juicing. I'm going to try to juice twice a week, which means when I do juice, it gives me 2 days worth of juice. So that means I'll have 4 days is my goal, that I'll have, I do 500 grams, I think it is, of spinach, 2 big carrots, 3 apples, ginger, and a lime. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then the other thing I'm charting for both Nia and I is I'm trying to get meat in our diet, particularly for her. I want her to have a piece of steak, red meat steak, which I don't eat, 3 times a week. And for myself, and then I try to give her 1 or 2 for chicken and pork, but I'm trying to do that. I'm still off all the vitamins. I'm just on the aspirin, the double aspirin, which is 162 something of aspirin. I haven't gotten my letter from Climas yet. So she's been out of town traveling, so I can't get on the immunoglobulin. And other than that, I'm having some bouts of being extremely discouraged. I have some windows where I feel hopeful and happy, and then I have windows where I'm very discouraged, because this is easily January 15th, and we're going to be, in 1 week, we're going to be up April 1st. So January 15th to February, March, so it's 2.5, wait, so you can say, I've got brain fog. January 15th, January, February, March, that's 2 months. And I'm coming up on April, so that would be, so I'm coming up on 10 weeks of being in this major relapse. 10 weeks, so you figure that's like, it seems odd, that doesn't seem right. 3 months, no, it's not quite 3 months, it's 2.5 months. But anyway, so this is my external memory, and that's about it, you guys. But we'll just keep going and see for the day that the drug is put in remission. Okay, bye. If I find the damn button. There it is.